Rolling.
And we are rolling.
Nice.
Bro, Andre, thank you so much for stopping by, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, of course. I've wanted to do a podcast with you for a while because we talked about it in March,
Right.
and this whole COVID thing came
Yep.
by, and it's
Came
just
through and just wiped everybody's calendars.
fucked
Yep.
everything up, man. It's been crazy. And now we're on the rise.
We're on the
again.
rise because nobody can figure out what to do to stop it.
I know, man. Are you a mask wearer? You wear masks?
I've been wearing it when I go out,
Uh-huh.
just in case for whatever. But
Yeah.
I haven't been going out that much.
Right. I try not to, but like with us, we have shoots and all this stuff that we have to get. It's almost like there are just a bunch of deadlines with where I work at an ad agency here in Buford, and it's just been crazy, man. Luckily, we've been able to work for the most part from home, but I don't know how some people are able to do it because not everyone's able to work from home.
Right.
Yeah. Are you able to?
Well, I had quit my job right before, so.
No way.
I'm
Weren't you
trying
doing
to-
like coding or something?
No, I'm getting back into coding right now.
Uh-huh.
I was doing editing for Georgia Power, their training videos.
That's right. That's what it
Yeah.
is. Okay. Training videos.
Mostly, yeah.
Was it a full-time gig?
No, it was part-time. It was
Okay.
random days and hours, and it wasn't a good fit for me.
Right.
And so I got out of it.
Nah,
and
I
then
dig
COVID hit. And so, yeah.
Yeah. It can be troublesome, man. But I mean, are you still doing editing? You doing more freelance? What are you up to?
Right now, I am looking into Shopify theme development and Shopify app development.
Whoa, Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
I use that app. I pre-ordered a lot of video games and
Right.
shit, and they randomly somehow get the tracking info, and they just let me know everything that the just like the stops and all that. I
Mhm.
love that stuff. So
yeah.
So you're saying the app development. What is it that you're doing on the front end, the back end? Like
Well, so you have like, if you want to go on Shopify and make a store, you
Uh-huh.
can, anybody can come on there and make a brand new store, and you have a bunch of themes that you can download. You can go to different websites and download themes and put them up there,
Mhm.
and then you can customize them. So I'm gonna make customized themes, like
Okay.
my own themes for people to buy. And then there's inside of your store,
Mhm.
you can buy different apps like a shopping cart. Well, not a shopping cart. Shopping cart comes with it, but a wish list, or like an app that tells you that that shows you what is related to this product.
Mhm.
An app that says you had left something in your cart, you might want to come back and check it out. There's a
Okay.
bunch of apps just like on your phone. I don't know that many off the top of my head, but
Sure.
there's a bunch of them, and people sell them to stores on there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So Shopify right now, it's for me, it's just a thing where I can just track my packages. But you're saying it's like a thing where people can make storefronts.
Maybe we're not talking about the same Shopify.
No, because is this? It's like a purple. No, it never.
It's green.
It's green.
Hmm.
We're talking about.
It's a Canadian company.
Okay. So the Shopify is just like a storefront, a digital storefront.
Mhm. It's
type of
like WordPress
thing. Okay.
in a way, or Wix, but it's made mostly for an online store.
Okay. Through an app that people can download.
No, you would like, have you ever used WordPress or?
Yeah, Wix.
Yeah.
all
So
that
you
stuff.
just make a website, but
through
then
their templates or
through their
whatever.
template,
Mhm.
and then you add products on there.
I see. Okay, so instead of someone's portfolio and adding that kind of
It's
stuff.
designed for e-commerce.
Oh.
I mean, you can make it website however you want, but
Anything
it's
you
like,
want.
it's, that's their niches.
I gotcha. So what got you into that kind of stuff?
I have a show I've been writing with Mary Meyer.
I know about that. Did you guys
Yeah.
start filming at all?
We have not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was back in December. You mentioned
Yeah.
writing that stuff.
And it kind of, and there's like a store element in the show.
A store element.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then I started researching stuff, and I was like, I can make some of this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that about, man? Can you talk much about it?
I don't know how much I want to talk about that right now, because we're not far enough where I want to like put it out there for everyone
I gotcha.
yet. Like,
Okay.
I could tell you off camera,
Off camera.
Yeah.
On the low.
on the low.
I dig it. Okay. Well, I remember. I thought you had finished writing it.
Well, we did finish writing it. We just we want to film it and stuff.
Then push it with like
then we can
trailers and
start
stuff.
talking about it.
I dig it. Well, that's good. So is it it's a web series, right?
Web series, yeah. I'm gonna put it everywhere anybody can watch stuff.
Okay. So like YouTube and Vimeo and all that.
Vimeo, anywhere.
Dude, I was using Vimeo for work, and I didn't know this. I don't know if you know this, but you can upload a video and then share it amongst ourselves or anyone. And those people, if you give them like a review link, they can timestamp, like you can pause it and then add a revision or add a comment on a particular.
Is that extra?
I'm not sure. I think it may be.
Cause like I've seen they have the websites that are just made just for that, but I didn't know Vimeo was doing it. That's awesome. I gotta look into that.
Dude, it was a surprise to me because usually what we do is we export a video, send it around to everyone through a link, and then there's there's emails flying back and forth on feedback, and then someone has to take the time to consolidate it, weed through what's usable, what's not, and it's been kind of tough to determine.
Right.
You know, I kind of have had to make the call on like this one works, this one doesn't. But on Vimeo, everyone can just timestamp it. It gives them like their little what's it called? Their own icon. So like their profile picture or whatever says who's it's from. Right. And then you can even comment on their revision.
Yeah, it's like if you were doing like a Google Doc and then having people comment. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cuz like I was saying, they have like different websites that are made just for that, and I've just been using like the free versions cuz most of the stuff I have is like very short. And so they have like a 14-day trial or a free version that's like, you know, under a 5-minute video or something. I'm just like, I just want to look fancy with my head. Like, oh, hey, can you check this out and leave some timestamps? And then like, oh wow, this is great. Like, oh yeah, you know, you know how I do.
I love that they're doing that, man. Because like you, I'm just on those 14-day trials and then out. But that's a big thing on like Netflix. And does Netflix do that kind of stuff now?
They had one at one point. I don't know. I've had my Netflix for forever. Now, so.
Dude, I had it whenever they were still doing DVDs. Yeah. And I remember the first time I noticed that they were doing streaming, I watched Weeds, that series. Back and forth, man. Just the whole thing. That was the only way I could watch it. I was like, I wonder if this is gonna catch on.
Oh, it definitely did. Which like I'm glad they added Avatar finally.
Oh hell yeah, man! The Last Airbender.
The cartoon, not the
not the shitty movie. Right?
I tried to watch it, the movie.
Yeah, it's not where it's at,
and that's weird for me because like most movies and stuff, like even if it's like not quite that good, I'll watch it to the end.
Give it a shot
just to see.
Yeah.
In that movie, you have to turn it off.
It's bad, man. They lost me the first few minutes when they, instead of saying Aang, they say like Ung.
Yeah. I'm
the
like,
fuck's that about?
We got 3 seasons of Aang, and like, who is this guy?
A beloved character. And then they did the same thing with the guy Sokka. That's how they say it in the show. But then in the movie, it's like Sokka or some shit.
It's not the same characters.
Nah, man.
It's not.
But I'm glad it's on Netflix. Did you watch Korra? Because she's been.
I haven't seen Korra because
bro, it's so good.
Because I think I stopped watching Nickelodeon around when like the 2nd season of Avatar was out.
Really? So that was like early 2000s. You just stopped?
I guess. Yeah. I don't know, or I just wasn't catching it or something.
Yeah. Life, man. I don't know. Comes at you fast.
Yeah. And
so have you seen all of Avatar?
Yeah, now that it was on Netflix, I watched it.
There you go.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, man.
I tried to convince some of my friends to watch it that haven't seen it. And they're like, I don't want to watch a kid's show. I'm like, bro, you have no idea.
It is not a kid's show.
It's not.
No way. Well, if you like that, I'd recommend Korra, man, because it's like, I feel like it's way more adult. You know, Aang or The Last Airbender kind of touched, to your point, it's still kiddish. They touched on some nice, more adult topics. More dramatic topics, but Korra, dude, completely more adult. Because she's like a teenager, right? She's like 16 or some shit.
Yeah, which is when most of the avatars find out they're avatars. It's around 16.
That's right. Aang was the exception.
Aang, because they needed him now.
That Fire Nation, man. Yeah, they fucking shit up. I love the memes, you know?
Oh, yeah.
When the Fire Nation attacked me.
Yeah. The one with the Sour Patch Kids. Have you seen that one?
I don't think I have, man.
That's the best one.
You got to show me that. Oh, man, we got to hook up these laptops so people can see the meme. She can pull it up. Pull that up, Katie.
Yeah, like on Joe Rogan.
Connected to nothing.
Yeah.
I can look at it, but no one else can.
Well, there's a way to do it where we can hook it up. We'll do it later. We'll do it later. Still trying to refine.
Fix it in post.
Edit it.
That's right.
Yeah.
No.
And then he was like, all right, so look at this, or you see this.
That would be cool, though, if there was a TV behind each of us, and then we could both see what was going. That would be pretty dope.
Gotta do it.
Damn. This room's too small, man.
I don't know.
It's too small. Because,
Like
like,
a screen. It could be like, it doesn't have to be that big.
That's true. Well, dude, like, all this we set up an hour before you get here.
And then you break it down. when
Break
it's
it
over.
all down.
Yeah,
Put
I
it
see
all away. I mean, the only thing that stays here is basically the table and the mics.
Yeah, I'd be too lazy for that. It would just stay like this.
I want to, but the dog, man, she just keeps running around, and that's like every night whenever we're about to go to bed. You know, we go walk her and we come back, and you think that she would be tired at the end of the day. Nah, dude, she's like a fucking toddler, bro. She just runs around, stands still, looks at the cat, runs around again.
Yeah, I mean that's how dogs are. They want to play and eat.
Yeah. Do you have a dog?
Yes, I do. Actually.
No way.
Yeah.
What you got, man?
His name's Samson. He's a black lab mix with like Pit and Chow or something.
Oh, bro, I love pit bulls, man.
Yeah.
They get a bad rap,
So-
but they're sweethearts.
He's a great dog. He wants to play all day.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just all day.
And eat.
Oh yeah, that's how she is. She's not really too much of an eater. I've noticed. Like she chews things more. She just fucks shit up, you know. And she'll chew it while watching you.
Yeah.
Making sure you know she's gonna. Is this okay? If it's not, even better. Or like water
Right?
bottles.
Because they're smart. They know.
Oh,
they
bro.
know. They learn quick.
They do. They go nuts, man. Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember meeting you at the party
Mm-hmm.
in December, right? And telling you about this show that I
Mhm.
wanted to do. And January came around and it was the first week. And I was like, if I don't buy this shit and do it, I'm not going to do it. So I went out and bought all this stuff because I told you, man, I was going to do it. We were going to do a show.
Here we are.
And here we are 6 months later.
Mhm. That's how it works. Everything starts out as an idea. And
That's
then
right. Yeah. Well, I
a little
mean,
bit of action.
that's what it is. That's what it is. And then we worked together in January.
We did, yes.
But I wanted to bring you on and do some more work, both on this kind of stuff. Not so much the podcast because it's rather easy to set up, but more personal stuff for other actors and everything like that. And then my own brand work that I work with at the ad agency. And for some reason, I thought you were still over there at Georgia Power doing their stuff. So I'm sorry for not reaching out, man.
No, I
And getting you on some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No longer with them.
So you're doing more coding now.
Right now, yeah.
What languages do you know?
I know it's mostly web development stuff, so
Okay.
like React and
Okay.
JavaScript and Node.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always wanted to get into Java, but I never did.
Yeah.
Just didn't.
It's all Greek to me, man. I tried getting into Python, and I got
Yeah.
fairly like 1/3 of this book in.
Mm-hmm.
Love it, but it's tough whenever you have a full-time gig, and
Right.
then I'm doing drawing, and then doing this. I'm like, where do you find time, man? And then I'm a gamer too. You play games?
Yeah, that's my what's the word? I don't know. It's my distraction.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what are you playing?
A lot of Overwatch. A lot.
So a big multiplayer guy.
Yeah, I love being on a team and trying
Yeah.
to beat another team.
That's good. Man, I've never really been that kind of guy, but in college, I played a game called Warframe. You ever play that one?
I've played it, but
yeah.
barely.
Got sucked in, man. 300 hours later.
Yeah, see, games like that, and you ever heard of Ark?
Yeah, man.
And like
Survival?
World of Warcraft and stuff?
Mhm.
Like, I stay away from. Because I know when I play it,
Yeah.
10 months later, wait, huh? Where am I?
That's how it was for me, dude. I remember the day I quit. I was trying to get these keys so I can get to these towers to try to get this rare armor.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just hearing that process, I rage quit one of the sessions because this guy was taking forever to get to the end of the level so I could keep on and grind, right? To get these keys. And I just yelled into the mic, "You son of a bitch. I am wasting so much time here." I just rage quit. And then I exited out, just lost the keys. And the guy messaged me asking if I was good. I was like, I got to stop playing this game.
Too much.
Yeah, I got way too invested.
Yeah.
I got to go film some stuff or something.
Right. Yeah. I got to do some work.
Yeah, man.
Well, if only I could figure out how to get paid playing Xbox.
Oh, you could.
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know if I want to do all that type of.
Like that be the job.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
If I could just get on the Xbox and they would pay me. Yeah. But you gotta stream on Twitch for 12 hours a day, every day.
12 hours?
That's what they be doing to get started.
Really?
They be on there for a long time.
That's a long time.
Like Ninja's on there like all day.
Wow. That's a lot. Like I was playing Last of Us 2. I'm trying to beat the game. 4 hours in, I'm like, woo, I need a break, even for an hour. Just something. I couldn't imagine doing that again every single day. I don't know.
That's his job.
I guess so. He's making millions, man.
He's making bank.
Did you hear? So they dissolved Mixer.
Yeah. I saw that coming. There wasn't
Did
nobody
you?
on it. I didn't like it wasn't like I was like they're gonna dissolve it. I just like nobody's using it.
Right.
Like nobody. Like what they're gonna do have to do something.
Yeah. So there wasn't a lot of viewers on there. Is that what it was? Damn.
Even with like paying people to be on it.
Yeah, like Ninja, right?
Yeah, which is what they're doing with Joe Rogan to go to Spotify.
Ooh, I think that's gonna backfire. Man.
I don't think that's gonna backfire.
You don't think so?
I think it's different because like when you bring Ninja into Mixer, it's like there's so many other people to watch play Fortnite. But the way Joe Rogan does his podcast, the people he has coming in there, nobody can replace that.
You don't think so? I think so.
Who I have not seen. There's no other podcast that's like that's like Joe Rogan.
Right.
It's like I will go to Spotify to watch Joe Rogan.
Well, when I heard that exclusivity deal, I felt the same way. And but recently with his guests, and I like his guests. A lot of them are more of his friends, which I met that a little bit ago. I don't know, man. He's almost like a yes man. So like whoever he has on, I feel like he leans towards their belief
He's trying to see what he's trying to bring out what they have to tell the world.
Right. I love
he's
that.
He's not like people think he's there like to debate or like figure out the truth, and
there's some of that.
A little bit, but
maybe
he's not there for that. He's there to hear this guy's story.
There's a good bit of that for sure. Like they had I don't know if you watched the one with what was his name? It was a guy that lived in Alaska, and he's been there for years, and he's like a hermit almost. Has his own cabin, has off the grid, and he goes and he hunts. And he was telling this story about how he went outside of his cabin one day, and there was a pack of wolves down, like he can see a river or a big lake that's frozen over, and he's never seen. It's really rare to see a pack of wolves already. Usually they're loners.
You're right,
but. And a pack of wolves is like 8 or 9. Dude, he saw 22. And he went over there to check it out. And he had to play this weird game of, can they see me? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because they noticed that he was there, and they were running after him. And, like, he ended up shooting after him. It was nuts. But those are the kind of stories I like to hear.
Yeah.
But then he has, like, Bill Burr and these other comedians on. And it's more like they're just two friends just talking, cutting the shit. I like hearing the stories, but I don't know, man. He's been getting some shit his way though the past few weeks.
Oh yeah, really? What happened?
Oh well, a few years back with Joey Diaz and another comedian, they were talking about how a female comedian or something couldn't advance her career without, giving head or some shit, and it was a joke. It was almost like they were doing a bit. And if you watch the clip out of context, it can be like, oh, okay. But if you watch like 10 minutes before and after, it's a funny joke. They were just chilling, laughing. They were being dudes, right? And dudes,
everybody jokes.
Everybody jokes, sure. But you have to admit, at least I don't know, Katie, you can tell me. Do girls have, whenever they have conversations, does it get dirty? Because I feel like with dudes, we
get dirty faster and more often.
and raunchy.
Yeah.
Raunchy, I feel like, but I don't know. Is it the same way with the ladies?
It depends on the ladies, I would think.
Yeah.
Because you got some ladies who are more conservative and they'd be like, ooh, the Vegas.
Oh, my.
Yeah, others that'll just be like, give you every detail that you don't really need to know.
Oh, my God. Some dirty talking girls, man. I mean, there's some comedians on his show that have been the same way, but like chick comedians and super funny. But I don't know, man. I've been off of it lately, off of his show for a minute. Yeah.
I mean, like, it's a joke. Like
yeah.
How do I say it? It's like everybody jokes.
Yes.
And if somebody like Joe Rogan or some celebrity that's in the limelight, if you look at every single thing that they say or do, eventually you're gonna find something that you don't like.
Of course.
Because, like, I mean, I've done stuff that I don't like. Like, I'm like, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. I regret doing that.
Oh, I have so
I
many.
should have made a better choice here.
Right.
You know?
Especially when you're younger. I remember a lot of cringy moments. And I'm like, why do I remember that? Ah.
And then, like, you know, when you're with your friends, you're going to sometimes go into a character. And
Sure.
It's like, and the context. It's like people want to, like, make everything be on the straight and narrow. Everything that anybody says ever, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it's like, but what were they doing? What was the context?
Right. Yeah. What was in the middle of? When was it? Because that's a big deal too. Like if it's something over a decade ago, get over it, bro. At least for me. I don't know. Maybe that's me being privileged saying so. I don't know.
I feel like it should all be taken on a case by case basis. It's
That's
what was really going on in this situation.
Right.
Oh, they were just fucking around.
Yeah. That's what it seems to be with
people. Can't fuck around anymore. I
know. That's what's going on now. So much cancel culture. Sucks, man.
Can't get behind it.
Did you see about all this censorship that's going on? So like Disney is making it so white people can't do people of color voices. So like
I saw somebody quit something recently.
Yes.
On Big Mouth, I think it was.
Oh man, I can't remember that.
It was just a headline.
Name.
I just read the headline. I did not read the article.
She's a person of color herself, and in the show, predominantly she's black. But I want to say that she's her parents are it's like an interracial couple, right? And it's in my mind it was completely fine, but she quit willingly, saying that she will not be doing that voice. I think that's a bit much.
I mean, if that's what she wants to do.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna shame somebody. Like if you made a cartoon,
sure,
and you wanted to do all the voices, and some of the people were black, like I'm not gonna be upset about it.
Yeah, you wouldn't be. That doesn't bother you. Well, it's good to hear, man. Because for me,
no, it's only gonna bother me if you're like, no, I will never hire black people. Then I'm gonna be like, well, come on, what's up with that?
That's a different conversation.
Exactly. But it's like,
I don't know, man. It's weird. Because I mean, on the face of that. Like with Disney saying with The Simpsons, white people can't play people of color in an animation. Well, so only people of color can only play people of color? Like, where does it stop? You know, can they play white people? Like, it gets a little muddy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's just animation. Let people have a voice.
It's animation.
Who cares?
People do so many different voices.
Oh, bro. One of my favorite, Phil Lamar?
Phil Lamar sounds familiar.
He did Samurai Jack, right?
Yeah. He did an Asian guy.
Yes, an Asian dude. And then in Metal Gear Solid 2, Hispanic, very pale white vampire.
And didn't he do Static Shock?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He did. That's right. And like he's had such a career on having a very diverse library.
I'm not gonna shame him for playing Samurai Jack.
Why would you? He's an amazing actor. Actors act, man. I don't know. It's weird. What a time we live in, dude. I was watching some tweets, and there was a guy there saying, I just wanted to have police reform.
Yeah. You just want the police to be accountable if they do something bad.
Yeah. That's all we
really wanted.
And
it's like, same accountability for everybody in the United States.
Yeah. I think
that's all we want.
That's fair.
Now it's like, no, this person's doing this and that person's doing that. And it's like, I don't like this person.
Where does it end, man?
It doesn't. We got to stop it.
What? But there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can. The sensible and the those who have their faculties, I feel like, are not listened to because we aren't the loudest. You know, like the people that refuse.
Right, yeah. When somebody is against something, they're gonna speak louder than somebody who's for it.
Absolutely. And then they form their little bubbles, their little biomes of, you know, like-minded people, which I'm for if they want to do. But I mean, you gotta diversify the people you talk to in order to have a better view in the world. Yeah. I think that's how we all learn. But I don't know, man. I'm nervous over the next couple of years what's gonna happen to things that are created, movies, shows, all this, because it's gonna be a different world, man. With COVID was one thing, right? And then this whole thing about George Floyd. Fuck, man. Did you see that video?
Yeah,
of course.
it's terrible.
Horrible, man. What do you think? You think we should defund the police?
Depends on what does that mean.
Well, for me, I want it to mean reform.
Then why don't we say that? Like,
I guess it's not as sexy, right? I don't
like
know.
it depends, like, because I feel like you got different groups of people that are all saying the same thing, and each little group actually has a different definition. I think that's the problem.
No, I think you're right. Well, I think some people, when they say defund the police, just get rid of them. Like, we don't need
that's even worse.
That's a horrible.
It's clearly worse. Like, if you look at the rioting happened, there was no police doing anything. That's why they were able to do it. As soon as the rioting happened, and people were like, you know what? There's nobody in these stores.
Right.
There's nobody in the stores. Nobody on the street. I'm gonna give me some free shit.
Dude, that Target is open, man. I saw those, dude. The looters. It's pretty nuts, man. But then you see the other side. There's two extremes, right? Because then there's the rioters, which I don't condone the looting or the violence. I mean, I get it. But at the same time, on the other side, the police brutality, dude, it's gotten worse. Like, it started with George Floyd, but then you see all these videos of these cops just going to protesters, and they're just
because they can,
They're just like talking with the police, or sometimes even yelling, but they're just talking, using their speech, which should be protected. And then another cop fucking maces him. It's like, what the shit,
like,
dude?
And then there's no accountability for that.
None.
It's like,
never. And the president's like, oh, you gotta show them who's boss. They're gonna run all over you. They says it on tape. Fucking hell, man. It's a weird world we live in. 2020 is weird, man. It's like World War III, right? I think that was the beginning of the year. And then something about Korea. And then COVID.
yeah.
Corona. And now it's just this whole... I don't know what July is going to have in store for us.
Who knows, man? The aliens are finally gonna show up.
You think so?
Maybe-
Everyone keeps
maybe-
bringing them up.
That's the number one. All the guests say is
Yeah.
aliens are coming.
They're out there. They exist.
I don't think they want anything to do with us, man.
Why not? We got Elon Musk.
Well, dude. Yes, but we also have all this police brutality and...
I think they infiltrated the system, and
You think
they're
so?
just trying to get us all to kill each other. So
Oh,
they can
really?
come take over, like Independence Day or signs or something.
I can dig that. But what would they get? I mean, we're leaving the earth in a shithole, man. You know? Global warming's a
I don't
thing.
know. I'm just making shit up.
You're making shit up. It's got to make sense, man. Damn, man.
Yeah.
It's craziness. Well, what do you think's going to happen next?
What's gonna happen next?
Yeah. If you were to place bets, not aliens, a little more realistic, what's going to happen next? So we got police reform, we got COVID. I think COVID's going to go crazy. A lot of people are going to die. Shut down, more economic depression. People are going to nuts. Food shortages, that may be a thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably food shortage.
It's going to
'Cause
yeah.
I think we haven't figured out how to stop COVID in the United States,
Yeah.
because we didn't really do a real shutdown.
No.
If they had to actually shut it down,
Mhm.
we'd be fine. But they were like,
What
shut it down.
what is a shutdown for you? Like, what would be an adequate?
When they first came out with the COVID, and they were like, this thing's bad. We want to close it off. They should have said nobody can go anywhere because it's that bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, go to the store, get your food, and then do not go back out until this date, whenever they think it's, what is it, 14 days?
So so like 2
I think that's what
weeks
they should have did.
Hard shutdown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything will be fine. But we were like, go out and get your essential items every day for 14 days. That's not a shutdown. That's not a shutdown. It's like, that's a semi-shutdown. It's like you have a bucket of water with some shit in it, and you don't want to drink it, and it's pouring into your cup.
Okay.
Okay. And we're like, okay, we don't want this water in our cup, but we're gonna poke a few holes in it and let it pour into our cup slowly. You know,
and we'll have a little bit.
We'll have a little shitty water. It's like I don't want any shitty water.
I like your analogy, man. That's a good one. I'm with you. I think 8 weeks. If we just did, to your point, a hard shutdown, 8 weeks, 2 months of nothing, just shut it all down.
Right, but see, then I'm like, well, what are the less fortunate people gonna do for?
Well, I mean, I don't think that's all you need to do. Like, if it were me, universal basic income for the duration of all of this, $2,000 a month for every working adult, and those who aren't working, maybe a little more, I don't know, or the ones who are affected by COVID more. You know, there's probably some adjustments that in my mind you would need to make, but I don't know. I think 2,000 is the minimum, and we got what, 1,200 once out of 4 fucking months.
Yeah.
That didn't. Did you end up getting?
No, I quit. So.
But did you get like unemployment? Because they did that whole unemployment where it's like $600 a week or something like that.
No, I didn't do that.
So you couldn't qualify for either. They didn't help you none, man. That's not fair. That's a load of horse shit. I'm so sorry to hear that. I had friends that were in the same boat that ended up getting either laid off or something like that, and somehow they just slipped through the cracks, and that whole $600 a week that's supposed to be going up by July, none of them had any of that. So they were just, having to talk with their landlord, try not to get homeless until whenever they can.
Yeah.
It's fucked
and that's
up.
that's a situation in itself, because like people are like, oh, like they shouldn't be able to kick people out, and then it's like, well, if I don't kick them out, then I'm gonna default on my shit, and then some big company is gonna come in and buy up all the lands, and then everybody's fucked.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, what's to stop Amazon from owning half of the apartment homes?
And people hate Amazon on my newsfeed.
Do they?
They be
that Jeff Bezos, man.
That billionaire.
That son of a bitch.
He made all those dope things over there at Amazon, but he's got those people working in that warehouse.
She was one of them.
Yeah? How was it?
It's rough.
It's rough?
You have to be a robot. They want people to somehow magically become robots.
That is the point. They're going to make robots, but until then, they have people. Yeah. Same with Uber and Lyft. The whole point is to get to a place where all the robots do all the work in the long term. We can just do whatever. We play Xbox all day.
I'll be honest. I wouldn't mind more automation. Uber Eats, Amazon, truck driving, any kind of commerce in that kind of way, automate it all. I would even wager to say automate the medical industry. Just take out doctors slowly over like 20 years, 25 years, automate all of that shit and make it self-sustaining. Because if you can do that, what kind of incentive do you have of making, these pharmaceutical industries to gouge people that are sick? That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I think automation may help that. I don't know. But it would definitely help this whole COVID thing. You wouldn't be so afraid if when you go to Target to get some food or Publix, there's no cashiers.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about the masks so much. Maybe I don't know. That's weird, man.
Well, they're gonna have to if you're gonna make everything robots, then all these people who are needing those jobs to support their families, you're gonna have to have some kind of way for them to still make money if they're not gonna be able to work.
Right. That's when you bring in universal basic income.
I'm with you.
That's when you start automating every little thing.
Yeah. But I'm okay with that. I don't see anything wrong.
If we don't let somebody figure it out, then it's never gonna figure it out.
I think the problem with some people is like, well, you can't take away purpose for people. Like,
I'm gonna find me a purpose.
Well,
I don't care what's going on.
Right?
I'm gonna find me a purpose for my life.
Think about it. Let's say we each get $2,000 each.
Mm-hmm.
What's to say is like what $2,000 a month. We save up for 6 months. We start our own business.
Mm-hmm.
Go all in. You know, what's to stop that kind of mindset from working? I think that only betters people's perceptions. And to your point, you're making your own purpose. You're not working, slaving at a 9-to-5 job. You're doing something that means something to you.
Like, that's why I like the internet. It's like there's so many opportunities on the internet.
Absolutely.
There's so much free information, and most people are going on there looking at cat videos still.
Right. And porn.
Lots of porn. What is it? Rule 32?
Yeah. Oh man. If you thought about it, it's made. It's out there.
And then like rule 33, if it's not made, we'll make it.
Is that the rule? Oh my God. Jeez, Lou. Nah, man. I mean, that sounds like a utopia to me. Being able to do what you want to do. Like, I don't know. Every time I hear the argument about universal basic income, this thing about people getting lazy, I think it's a load of bullshit. I wouldn't get lazy. I don't think.
And like the people that do get lazy, I mean, if that's what they want to do, like if they want to just sit there and play Xbox all day, who am I to come in and tell them that they can't do that?
Right.
If they're not bothering anybody, like.
I guess the idea is like if the taxpayer is paying taxes, they don't want that money to go to that person, you know, that's not doing anything, not contributing. But to be honest, that's a flawed argument because our tax money is going to police who are, say what?
It's going to the military.
It's going to the military.
Over half is just military.
Oh, their budget's unbelievably inflated. And I don't agree to that.
Right.
I would much rather put it to that person that wants to play Xbox all day.
And you never know. The person that plays Xbox one day might be like, hey, let me break open this Xbox and figure out how to make an even better Xbox.
Yeah.
Because I've got the time.
And the money.
Exactly.
I've been getting into that, man. Like these guys taking apart these systems and trying to fix things. Yeah. It's really cool stuff.
I used to take apart everything when I was a kid and then never put it back together.
What made you want to take it apart?
It was cool, man. I love technology.
Just seeing what's in there.
Yeah. All little circuits and wires.
It's so weird, right?
Yeah.
How does this green, piece of plastic with all these weird little diodes, and how does that work?
It's just a computer, which is just an adder.
That's
all it does really is just counts.
Yeah?
It just counts way faster than we can.
Billions of times per second.
In binary ones and zeros.
Yeah.
On and off.
Right? That was interesting to me when I started learning a little bit about Python. I watched this course on, she was doing some kind of thing, Udemy or something. And they were talking about, I didn't know this, but with computers, they have their own, to your point, binary kind of code. And then any other code, Java or Python or C++ or anything like that, that's just a more simple layman's term.
That's for the human.
For the human.
To write it out.
Because we're dumb, right? We're trying to understand how this computer works.
And then even that, like, say, like, did you get into functions and stuff?
Yes.
So when you write your function, like, you want to make a sandwich. So you write your function, make sandwich, and then it has all its steps, like get the bread, put the bread on the table, put the peanut butter on one side, put the jelly on one side, put it together. Now you're done. Even that gets in the Java or the Python. When you compile it, it's gonna take out all your human words and just like each step, it will be step A, then add, and it will be add this, and then step B. Instead of like step A was get the bread, so that's now just A. Right. Because that's less characters. So it's a smaller file size, and it doesn't have to read it, the whole thing.
Gotcha. See, that blows my mind, man. I'm a fucking idiot when it comes to that kind of stuff. It's crazy. Like we were, again, more Last of Us 2. Just wiped out all these guys, right? And we look at a building, and there's a glitch.
Yeah.
And it looks like the building disappeared, and you see just like the light box they have for the world. It's blue and, very atmospheric and foggy. And I was like, they spend millions of dollars and 7 years to make this game look unbelievably realistic, have this really very narrow, very linear narrative. Thousands of people worked on that. Crunch time, you know, like they worked 16-hour, 20-hour days for years. And they could still miss one thing.
Right.
It's nuts.
Because, you know, you'd have to be able to sit there and go through every scenario.
Every scenario.
That you could possibly think of. And then there's always somebody else. Oh, well, what about this? And like, crap. I
Right.
forgot about that.
Oof. Oh, man.
That's why they have the beta tests and all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him, man.
Just why I'm like, you know, all the people that think like we're in a simulation, you know. Like,
Yeah, that was a big thing on Joe Rogan.
Where's our glitches at?
That's like Elon Musk. Well, what about what's it called? Deja vu.
Deja vu.
That's a glitch, right?
Or maybe that's just your brain.
It could be. And if it is a simulation, is it someone's simulation? Is it someone experience?
Yeah, somebody would have to have made it.
Yeah. Who's that?
Who made that?
Right.
Who made that?
Who made them? Where are they? They're seams, man. Do you believe in that kind of stuff?
I don't know.
Do you think we're in a simulation?
It just depends on whose video I watched recently. They're all so convincing.
Yeah. They are.
So I think Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's like, we're not. But then not Joe Rogan, but Elon's like, we definitely are.
Definitely. I like what he's doing, man. That brain implant. Have you seen that shit?
Dude, that's gonna get insane.
That's all I want. Just implant.
It's gonna become, once one person gets it, everyone has to get it.
Absolutely. And he was talking about charging people like a couple of grand to put it in their heads. I think once, to your point, a group of people do it, and they don't have to touch their phone or touch their computer anymore. It's just
right. Because I've always thought that we were cyborgs. Like once we got these, because it's like, how many times do you leave the house and not have this?
Right.
And you don't go back. Like you're gonna go back for this. You know.
Yeah.
And
or you panic.
Mm-hmm. And it remembers everything for you. You just
Right.
take a picture of it. You know.
Yeah.
It knows where you are. It knows how to get to where you're going.
Right.
It can do a whole lot of stuff.
It can tell you anything you want to know with a click of a button, man.
I mean, it's always right there in your pocket. So
Mine's
you're
right here.
You're basically a cyborg
Right.
already.
So what happens when you take away this very
Then
primitive?
you don't even have to. You're right. Right. That's why I don't really like talking on the phone, because I'm stuck like this the whole time.
Right.
You know?
No, same here. I'll go
And
to
I'm like, I'm doing something. I got one hand. Now I'm handicapped.
Right. Or you hear someone talking and you're going to do a text at the same time. And like with me, I have a brain fart. I'm like, what am I supposed to pay attention to? You know, but when you can have a thought instantaneous and then bam, it's sent.
Yeah.
There's my tweet.
Yeah.
And then have a conversation as well.
Right. I'll be texting and hear something and type that instead.
Yeah. I've done that before too. Oh, I was talking to my dad or something, and then I was putting an email together for work, and I was like, all right, love you. It was a funny meeting I had to go to afterwards.
But the reason I think everybody's going to have to get it is like, I was thinking like, say they came out with like new eyes for blind people. And so it was like a robotic eye put in your eye. Well, once like enough people got it and people caught on that like all these blind people can now see, but then like it would most likely get to a point where they could see way better than a regular human.
They could zoom.
So then a regular human would be like, you know what? I wanna be able to see like that. And then they get the eyes. And so now it's even more people in the pool. And it's like, well, now all these people, they can do even better.
Ooh.
Like, I don't know what job that would correlate to, but
it could correlate to everything, dude. Surgery,
yeah.
that's a big one. It's a life one.
Yeah.
You know, but coloring, like for a video, that could be a big one. You know, anything that has to do with eyesight.
But then you'll have the debates of like when babies are being born, will moms let them have their normal eyes for a certain amount of time? And then, you know, well, they need robot eyes now. They're
that's a
blah,
big
blah, blah, old.
That's a big thing with CRISPR. I don't know if you know what that is. You know anything about that?
I've heard about that. Isn't that in China where they like change the genes or something?
They did it in China first in the way where like it's been basically it changes the genes, changes the DNA, and you can modify it in any kind of way. And they're trying to use it to do everything from defeating autoimmune diseases to making it so their cancer is never going to be a thing anymore. And even like what people think aging is, it's not really a fault of ours. It's a deficiency in our DNA as humans. Because a lot of animals can, like turtles, hundreds of years. Whales, crazy.
This is true.
So with
But then, like, where are we going to put all these people? That's why we got to have Jeff Bezos and Elon going at it so they can make space on Mars and other planets. And we can't be crying about working too long at the warehouse when we gonna have a gajillion people on Earth one day soon.
So you're saying eventually we will get to the point where not only would we be considered superhuman because of augmentation, but with that and CRISPR, you would basically live 500, 1,000 years.
Well, if people are doing that, where like eventually there's too many people in one spot, so you have to have somewhere else to go.
Dude, what a brilliant way for us to be able to become spacefaring. That would be beautiful. Like, well, there's nothing. Honestly, we've reached our peak as humanity. 9 to 5 jobs and finding our purpose here on Earth. That's a load of horseshit. We gotta leave. We gotta go explore because we've built to our potential here. Let's go.
Or it had to be like the new upload series where you can choose to go ahead and upload yourself into the computer and basically have heaven, and then your body is, they just get rid of it.
But see, I don't believe that that's you. I believe that like that's a copy of you.
Ah, okay. So whenever you upload your consciousness,
you're dead. You're dead.
You think so?
How are they going? Like, what are they pulling out of you and putting on the computer?
That's an interesting conversation because for me, every time I think about the singularity, I think of having to basically move your brain off of your meat suit and inject it into like some vat of never deteriorating liquid, and that's how you control yourself in a digital realm. Like they don't upload you and copy your, because to your point, that's a copy of your brain. That could be an AI of you.
That's pretty much what it is in my mind.
I'm with you. Yeah. But what if it's your actual brain and you're just in a robot or in this thing that then projects?
Still need space for it.
Yeah, you go back to the too many people on Earth. It'd be too many robots on Earth.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's a weird conversation, man. But that's what's going to happen.
I mean, like, every year we have more people. We're like, what, almost 8 billion?
Almost. Yeah, in the 90s, it was like 6. Dude, just 20
crazy.
years.
It's crazy.
Oh, God.
People having a lot of sex.
Too much, man. These horn dogs got to stop. Well, hopefully COVID-19 will help.
That's what I think it's for. I think it's for bringing down the population.
You're not the only one that says that, man. Like a lot of people are trying to relate it to religion, like divine intervention, trying to cull the herd and stuff like that. Well, that's what makes me laugh with, have you seen these videos with people that refuse to wear masks? Like if you refuse to wear a mask, that's your prerogative. But there's all these town halls, especially in Florida, where these people come in. Have you seen those? Dude, they'll call out their public officials as Satan worshipers for, covering God's given breathing system and all this. Yeah. Fuck, man. Just admit it's an inconvenience. Don't bring religion into it. I don't know. Those are the people.
You're infringing on my rights.
Yeah, right? Right? Oh, God.
I mean, like, do we really have rights? Like,
what do you mean?
Like, the government, if they want to, they're just going to do something. There's nothing stopping them.
What's something? What do you mean? Like making you wear a mask, or
if they really wanted to.
How would they go about doing that? Like they're doing that in Texas with fines, dude. You get caught without a mask, it's $1,000 fine. Fuck.
Right. And it's like the United States, we have our Bill of Rights. And then like you have other countries, they have their whatever they call it, their rights. It's like every place has different rights. So it's like what is a human right at the end of the day?
Yeah. Yeah, what constitutes as a human
it's like
right?
Where you live?
Yeah, geography. Well, I mean, to that point, that is true.
It's like wherever you're standing, that determines your rights.
That's so fucked, man. That's crazy to think about in that way.
And then all those rights are just thought up by other people. It's not like like a law of physics, you know?
That's absolute.
Yeah, you know?
That we
gravity, you know, on Earth is what 9.32 seconds per or feet per second or something, whatever it is.
Something like that, right?
I don't know off the top of my head, but like, you can't just say, well, you have the right to this, this, and this, and this.
Right.
It's like, it'd be nice, but like,
it's just a construct.
it's just it's a social construct, and everybody abides by it until some shit happens,
right.
and then it's chaos.
That's what it is now.
Exactly.
It's kind of bursting at the seams a little bit. I don't know.
Because we all had rights, there would be no shutdown. It's like, go outside.
Well, what do you mean?
Like, why would they have shut it? Like, they can't just tell you can't go places.
Well, that's I think that's that's what people are having problems with. Yeah.
But we should, you know.
Should what? Shut it down?
Shut it down so that it didn't spread.
I mean, to your point, we should shut it down. But people
are thinking short term instead of long term.
Well, and they're being a bit selfish, I feel.
I don't think they're being selfish. I think they're being stupid. Because if they're being selfish.
You think so?
Yeah, I think there's a difference.
Between selfish and stupidity?
I think people characterize selfish. Or they say stupidity is selfish a lot. Because, like, think about when you get on an airplane. What's the first thing they tell you? And when the masks come down, put your mask on first. Be selfish.
Yes.
And then help somebody else.
Yeah, well, sure. But, I mean, don't you think it's almost like a spectrum, right? So, like, let's say I don't want to wear a mask because it's an inconvenience, regardless of the science saying that it helps cull the spread of COVID-19. So it's infringing on my rights for you to make me do that. I agree, but at the same time, you are disrespecting your fellow human beings by not taking that mild inconvenience.
I would say you're disrespecting yourself.
You think so?
Because if you're thinking long term for yourself, you really want the COVID shit to go away.
Right.
That's what you want.
Gone.
You're not thinking about anybody else. I'm thinking about myself. I want that shit gone.
Sure.
I want this shit open back up where everybody knew what the hell they want.
Go to concerts, go to bars.
What's the fastest way we can get there? Everybody put on a mask. That means I have to put one on.
Yes.
You know?
But that's selfless. Because what you're saying is in order to get your selfish outcome, you right now have to become selfless in order to expedite, like.
I see what you're saying, but that's not how I define it.
No? Well, I mean, that's fair, man. I like what you're saying, though. I agree with you.
Because it's more like, it's like somebody that's like, I want to be selfish and go steal some shit.
Okay. Right now.
But if I go steal some shit, what's really going to happen?
Long
most
term.
likely it's going to go to jail.
Sure.
Or
cause, police to kind of go extreme. I know. I get what you're saying. So, I mean, you still think.
I think when you really sit down and think about it, it's in everyone's best interest to be selfish for everyone and yourself. And then all the things that like people call selfish is not really being selfish. They're just being stupid. They're not really thinking about the cause and effect of what they're doing. Because if they really think about it and they were actually rational about it, then they wouldn't do that because they were being selfish for themselves to begin with.
I got you.
It's how I'm defining it.
No, I can agree with that. It makes sense. So you're saying if people were just to sit down and think of things a little more logically.
That's why you got to get the brain implant so you can remove your human emotions.
You think that's what's going to happen?
I don't know how far off that is.
Yeah.
Like, because Elon always puts out his date and he always misses it by a long shot.
Like 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful, man. There was supposed to be human trials by the end of this year, or the first person to do it. But this is what you were talking about, emotions, right? So what if you put that thing in?
You turn your emotions off.
Well, what if, let's say, me and you have it right here, and we're having a conversation through this without these microphones, right? Just my head, your head. Well, what if I'm telling a story, and I have an emotion tied to that story, nostalgia, maybe it's sadness. What if I'm telling you that story through this implant and we both are talking about it, but you not only get the audible information, but you also get the emotional information. So what if you end up becoming more sympathetic because you feel those emotions.
Never thought about it like that.
That's crazy. You're sharing emotions. That's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, there's endless possibilities to cyborgs.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like an episode of Doctor Who or something like that, where it was in the future and people were so caught up in themselves and their emotions, they forgot how to feel other emotions. So they'd go to drug dealers and buy the emotion and like ate it like a drug. And so they'd feel sadness again or feel depression again.
Yeah.
Because they forgot how to feel it, I think.
That sounds like Doctor Who, but it sounds like they took that from the short story that inspired Blade Runner. Because isn't that what they do there too? Yeah. Like they buy happiness or something like that? And that's like that game, We Happy Few.
Oh, yeah. I
Where
haven't played that, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Where they like buy emotions too. That's a pretty cool concept. I want to get my short film gears going.
Yeah, I love sci-fi stuff.
Yeah?
I almost want to get into like Blender or something.
Dude, completely free. She started doing it.
Yeah.
And trying to take some tutorials.
There's
so
this
much.
guy who does like speed tutorials, but all his stuff is pretty good. And he's got a movie he's been working on, and he just put out a trailer.
No way.
It's like this one shot. He shoots it in like his basement with this green screen, but it looks like when he puts the Blender aspects on it or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
That's insane, dude. I love that stuff. Those are the people that need universal basic income, dude. Keep it going. Keep that creativity flowing. I'm all about that shit, man. I like Blender. Unity. That's what's cool about tech is that a lot of this stuff is free to use. Free to learn.
Open source stuff. Most of the stuff it's like you just have to put it together in a way. It's like Legos almost. It's like all the Legos and like the basic designs for the Legos are free.
Right.
But it's like now you want to make something new. And that's where you have to put your creativity.
Yeah. Damn, man. So what are your goals when it comes to your creative ventures? Like, do you want to write? You want to draw?
I really like acting. So
acting, that's right.
Improv is the easiest way to
do you
get
mind
into acting. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, improv is the easiest way. So I'm hoping that can come back a lot faster.
Improv. So you're saying
just show up and like there's all these student jams and stuff where you just show up and you just do an improv.
Damn, man. So how would you apply that to stuff like film? Or
Well,
you
I
mean
feel
like
like-
acting like in a theater?
No, I don't want to do theater. I mean, I do theater, but that's not the end goal. The end goal is like movies, TV.
There you go. I dig it. So and that way you would just apply improv to what's on the script.
Yeah, improv is basically just another acting class. It's just less structured.
I dig it. I have to tell you, it's what's it called? Intimidating. Because I think I've done one or two things at the theater. Because I was there for like behind the camera, audio and stuff. And then they had me on stage for some reason. I was like, because you always think, oh, that's not that hard. And then you get on stage, you're like, shit. I'm a nervous.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just this. It's what everybody always says. It's just practice.
Oh, well, that's like anything. Sure. That's how you
Everything's like, how do I do this thing? And then you do it a few times, like, oh, don't do that, do this.
I dig it. So you've been doing any acting lately?
Not lately.
Not even like on your own, doing your own thing? Because you got the same kind of camera.
I do have a camera.
Yeah. Doing some short films?
No, not recently.
Yeah.
Like, I've been talking to people about doing stuff, but I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
I was booked on a play and I had a call back, but all that got canceled.
Yeah. Damn, man. Jeez, Lou. Yeah, I've been trying to, like, it's the same way with getting guests on this show. I want to respect people and make sure that they feel comfortable and everything, but at the same time, it's like, it's tough. It's tough with this whole COVID thing and meeting people and trying to, like, I never thought it, but I miss people. I'm more of an introvert. I like gaming and all this, but going out and doing filming projects and everything, I'm like, shit, I miss people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I used to think I was an introvert, but everyone tells me I'm an extrovert.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can see you being both, I guess. I mean,
because I really got started in gaming, like Halo,
oh hell yeah,
and I could play that all day.
yeah. You trash talk, man.
Oh yeah, especially in Halo. It was, it used to be good back in the day, man.
Oh, in the Xbox.
Because like even Call of Duty made it good for trash talking. When they came out with Party Chat and you wanted to play Call of Duty, they made like if you wanted to play a hardcore game mode, they made you go to the game to talk to everyone.
Right.
You couldn't be in the Party Chat. Now everyone's in Party Chat all the time.
So they're kind of alienated.
Yeah, you don't get the trash talk unless you had a bad game and they'll send you a message.
Right. That's what's always weird. I never got into PC gaming up until recently. And then I think The Division came out. And that was a big multiplayer game. And I was like, I'll try it. And no one was speaking online. And then you realize, oh, shit. Or Rainbow Six Siege. Everyone's in their own heads talking with their other group, their own group.
And they used to say some stuff, man. Oh, man.
I've heard some trash talking. Some 13-year-olds that would make me blush. It's been crazy, man.
But that was part of the game. Was to, they're trying to get in your head so you can do not as well.
Sure. And you're still into that, right? You're still into Overwatch and all that.
Yeah.
You've been getting into like Fortnite? You play any of that?
I played it, and it was just like, once you die, now you have to look for another game.
Yes. Like, you're dead. Right.
It was just like,
yeah.
I'm trying to get a maximum playtime here.
Right. So you're saying like,
it's a lot of hiding,
a lot of waiting. Yeah, a bunch of what's it called? Campers.
Camping, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. Like I'll camp in Call of Duty, but it's like you can get more action in a shorter amount of time.
Well, yeah, because you respawn, you go. It's much faster turnaround time.
I mean,
I get that.
Even in like Search and Destroy, like I'll play that, but then you have another round, and then another round.
Yeah.
Fortnite, it's like you're dead. All right, I'll find a new game.
Yeah, 10 minutes later, the victor's there. Yeah. I don't know, man. I like the game. I got into it last year or something like that. But I don't know. It after a while, I just, to your point, it got old. Got a little old. I'm waiting to see what multiplayer thing grabs me next, but I'm more of a JRPG guy.
JRPG, what does that mean?
Right. So like Japanese role-playing games.
Okay.
So like, or even games like The Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, way more narrative story, single player.
Right, and Red Dead Redemption, that's basically like Call of Duty. I mean, not Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto style game.
Same developer.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Open world.
Right.
Third person or first person. That was a new thing. But cowboys, right?
Yeah. My friends have been getting into Rocket League recently.
That's a fun one, dude.
It's difficult.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to maneuver with your car and all the crazy moves people do, it's crazy, man.
I like to get in the game when it first comes out.
Right, when it starts.
Then you're on the same learning curve as everyone else. It's like you'll find a game and people just flying in the air, spinning, kick, boom, the ball's in the goal.
Goal!
Like what button did you press, dude?
Right. Yeah. That's one of the faults about these multiplayer games is the learning curve that you said is completely steep if you're late to the game. And people say that lobbies will fix that. That's a load of bullshit, man.
I love competitive games, like where they have the ranks.
Okay.
Like when they took out ranks in Halo Reach, I didn't play it.
Really?
There's no reason to. It was like, I don't know if I'm doing better. I don't know if I'm doing worse.
Yeah. No bragging rights, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Yeah. They just had the Call of Duty XP.
The XP.
You just play and you keep ranking up just from getting, from playing, versus like you have to win to rank up, and if you lose, you go down.
Yeah. You said they stopped doing that in Reach?
They didn't do it in Halo Reach. Damn. They brought it back in like Halo 5, I believe. I think even in Halo 4 it wasn't there.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, man. I've been out of the game for Halo because I played the first 2, 3. I didn't play 4. Is there a 5 or is that one coming out?
There's a 5.
There's 5 already out?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the new one's 6.
It's infinite.
And oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's coming out this year. Are you Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because of Halo?
Yes.
Damn,
100%.
man. Nice. Well, I guess you're getting the new Xbox then, right?
We'll see what it really does. Like, is
How
it
much
gonna
it-
be new games or is it just?
We'll
Because I'll be honest with you too, though. I've had every Xbox when it first came out.
Mhm.
I've always had a problem with it. It's like the second batch is always like they fix the problem.
Just better. Like you mean technically?
Yeah.
Like-
They always update like like they don't really change it. They'll just like they're using better components. Eventually,
Yeah.
like they're always updating the components in there.
Oh well, sure. That's like any piece
And
of tech.
the first one-
yeah.
The first one's never good.
You're kind of taking a risk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I dig it, man. I mean, luckily my Nintendo Switch, that's one of the first models. I got it right when it released. It's still going good, no problems. But I had the Vita, the PlayStation Vita, the little guy, and I was playing like this the other day or like a month ago, and I just did this by accident, and it turned off. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And I tried turning it on, tried figuring it out, and I thought that I had to replace the battery. And that's when I got into watching these take apart videos, because I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to get in there and see what's in, because it's like 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I just opened it at work and took out the battery and disconnected it. And it's kind of weird seeing how they manufacture this thing that, you know, you're supposed to play. But I just plugged it back in and it was fine. I guess the connection was loose.
Mm-hmm.
That's my extent.
Yeah.
of-
Well, it's gotta be connected
Yeah.
for the electrons to flow properly.
Dude, you never hear about people that do that for a living, like
The real-
real engineers and
Yeah.
or like extreme coders. I didn't know this, but for PlayStation, a lot like all their first party exclusive games,
Mm-hmm.
apparently they have a team of like 20 top of the line world class coders, right? And what they do is for every first party title, they get called in near the end of development and they go in and they polish the fuck out of all of their first party games, which is why they all look the same. If you look at God of War, Last of Us 2, Spider-Man, they all look like they belong to Sony because of these fucking coders. Do they go in there and they just make it run and make it just play so seamless, man.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild stuff. I wish Xbox did lean a little more towards that. Because I have the One X.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Super powerful. But man, where are their exclusives, bro?
Halo.
They need them.
Gears of War kind of fell off.
Well, they released another game last year, didn't they? Or something like that. They get stealth launched and then no one talks about them.
Yeah.
That sucks. Because they look good.
Yeah.
They play really good. I like Gears of War.
Mm-hmm.
But what else do they have besides that, man? I don't know. Yeah. What do you do at Microsoft?
I don't know. I mean, I used to play a lot of Gears of War as well.
Yeah? That's a fun competitive one, right?
Mm-hmm. And then Gears of War 3 came out,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a ranking system, but it was only 1 to 5, and it was weird. And
1 to
people
5.
complain. Yeah, like you know, in Halo, you could go 1 to 50.
What does that mean? Like, so like you...
Like if you go, you have social
Uh-huh.
where they don't rank, and then you have competitive where they do rank you. So like, based off of who you're playing and how many games you win, you know, you can rank up. But
Okay.
like in Gears of War, when Gears of War 3 came out, the ranks that they had was rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 was the highest. But like, it would take you so long to go from rank 1 to rank 2. It's like and they don't tell you where you are in between. It was just frustrating.
So it's just anyone's guess.
Yeah.
When
it's-
you went. That's kind of fucked
Yeah.
up.
Versus like Halo, you know, you're going from 1 to 50. It's like so you can see your progress, so you know, like, what's going on.
Yeah. Damn, man. You know a lot about these multiplayer games.
Dude, the rank, it's like the rank keeps people in the game. I tell you, man.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, I mean, that makes sense because you kind of want to know where you stand with your competitors, right? And
when you're at the top ranks, you're playing people that are around that rank. So
Right.
it's like you're not playing a bunch of people that just bought the game and never played ever before, which
Bunch
is
of
gonna be
noobs.
boring.
Right,
you know?
right. No, I dig it. Damn. Did you ever play any like tournaments or anything like that? Win some
In Gears, actually,
or Halo or anything?
not in Halo, because in Halo I could get to like a level 42, and you gotta be a 50. Otherwise, because everybody that shows up to like any tournament or anything, they're gonna be a 50, and it's just like you're not good enough. So I never made like, because they had game battles, and you can make online. It was based like an online rec league.
Okay.
With like a tournament at the end of the thing. But so I never really made a team for Halo, but we did make one for Gears of War.
Okay.
We were decent.
Yeah.
And we had people that would play, and they would like with us that were like the best in the league. But we were
all right.
Okay.
Yeah. I tell you what, man, that's a weird lifestyle too. Like there's that 14-year-old kid that won like a Fortnite tournament last year, won like $2 million or some shit like that. That's crazy.
Just because there was a lot of people watching. It's just like anything that you can see who does better at. Somebody's gonna be like, well, I'll bet you $1, I'll beat you, and then eventually it turns into a bigger tournament, and you get some sponsors, and next thing you know, people are playing for millions of dollars.
That's nuts, man. Wow. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. That's, to your point, that's practice.
Yeah, that's when they're really in there practicing 12 hours a day.
12 hours. That's too much, man. No?
That's what they be saying. It's like, we're practicing like 12 hours a day. We have a break in the middle. We get a workout in. We have a psychologist on site.
A psychologist?
Yeah,
make sure they're
we got our nutritionist and all that stuff.
Oh,
they be serious about it.
Jeez,
because they got money on the line.
I mean, that
and
makes
people
sense.
are watching it.
Yeah. Damn.
But see, that's one thing I was thinking. It was like, what if like they had like tournaments and stuff? They want to film it. It's like, how could I get into that?
I had a friend of mine that did that. He didn't do the whole thing, but he would help with the audio because they're selling out arenas, or they were.
Right.
With this whole thing.
But you could do like smaller local tournaments to get started.
Why not? Yeah. Especially with something like Smash. You play Smash Brothers?
Dude, people are insane.
You want a toxic esports community? Smash Bros, bro.
Because I haven't played Smash Bros in person against that many people. It's like, it's more like a casual game for me. Sure. When like friends are over, maybe play a little Smash, maybe. Sure. But then like I remember it was one summer I was in a camp, and I think it was Smash Bros. What comes after Melee? Brawl.
Super Smash Bros. I think it was. Yeah, I think you're right.
It was like a technology camp, and like in the little like break area or whatever, they had Smash Bros. People, and so like now like I'm seeing a bunch of people play
live, right?
People were getting upset.
Really?
Yes, it was crazy, man.
Just like because they were losing or something?
Like people took that game seriously. It's just like
rage quitting and throwing their controllers and shit. I don't know what it is, man. I like the game. I think it's awesome, but I'm like you. I'm very casual.
Because people get so good at that game. There's so much things you don't know about that game.
Oh, it's nuts, man.
People they know it.
Yeah.
And they'll kick your ass.
In and out. They'll play it with like a wired controller.
Oh, you got to go wired.
Always. And it has to be the GameCube
yeah,
controller.
Yeah, it got to be the GameCube.
Always. Lord. I'm just over here having fun on my, just like, just chilling.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that game. I was very happy with it.
Yeah.
But that's a big one. Splatoon was fun. Did you ever play that one?
I don't think I played it, but I've seen it. It looks fun.
Dude, that's a fun.
What is it about?
Game.
Is it like, because aren't you like painting?
Yeah.
And killing?
Well, you don't have to kill anyone if you don't want to. I mean, you do just to stop people from painting. But to your point, the respawn time is super quick. The idea is basically you're one color, your team, like purple, and the other team is yellow. And you really have to paint the arena, and the one who has the most covered in their paint wins. That's it.
But you can kill the other team.
You can
to stop them.
To stop them, right? But that's it. it doesn't count
Right.
towards anything. There's no kill count, nothing.
That's how most games in Overwatch are. Actually, yeah.
Really?
There's no kill count.
Well, how does that work? I haven't played
So
Overwatch in a while.
you got your basic King of the Hill. Then you have control point. So control point map, I think that's what they call it. You'll have the people will spawn,
Mhm.
and then there's a place, and the defense is trying to defend this place, like almost like King of the Hill. So you got, but it's one team on offense and one team on defense, and there's two places you're trying to capture.
Okay.
And then the round flips. But then there's my favorite, which is payload. So there's a car, and you spawn,
And you follow it,
and
right?
you push the car down the street as far as you can get it
While you're being attacked.
while you're being attacked, and they're trying to kill you, and so you kill them to stop, so they can't kill you, so you can keep pushing the car.
Right, right.
That's my favorite.
I
one.
like that.
Yeah.
See, that's a little more innovative than just like Call of Duty, where you're just like headshot, headshot. How do they do it when they do the spin? Have you seen that?
The what do they call it?
No scope 360.
No scope. Yeah, that's what it is.
What the? It's a
No scope 360 with my TV turned off. Boom, roasted. My dog was playing.
Oh my god! How do they do that? Is it like a cheat?
No, it's practice.
Really? They really just practice turning around and then
You get the timing right. Like, you know the guy's there. So you practice spinning.
just the
bam.
spin. I don't know how they do it, man. Roasted. That's
GG, get good.
oh fuck. Jeez, was it a good game?
That's what it was.
That
like,
was what it was.
In Gears of War, there was so much. Like, they would take everything and like reverse it. It was like, GG, get good.
Really?
You're a BK random.
Oh my god. What does that even mean?
You're a bad kid, and you're not even known. No one knows you.
No
You're
one
just
knows you.
random. So you suck.
and you're a nobody.
And they're nobody.
Dude, holy shit. Wow. That's intense, man. I thought the games were fun.
That was the fun part of it.
Well, being on one side, I'm sure. You ever get in like the fighting games? Well, I know we
Fighting
talk about
games
Smash, but
were-
like
yeah, but
isn't like Mortal Kombat a
Mortal
big one?
Kombat and those games are just hard.
Blaz Blue. I don't like them, man.
I like 'em.
They're too slow. Or maybe it's just that DC one. What's it called?
DC Universe.
Something like
DC
that. It's like
versus
with
Capcom. DC.
well, no, it's one where it's like Mortal Kombat in the realism, but it's like
It's like
Batman.
Heroes and DC Heroes or something.
Some shit like that. I played it and it was just so slow. Like you would press a button and then 0.5 seconds later the guy actually punches. Fuck.
It's just like Smash. It's like if you don't play fighting games,
Yeah.
like, and then you go and you play somebody
try.
who even plays a little bit, it's like you're done.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they don't even have to play that much. They just play it barely.
Right,
And
right.
like, it's like, no, you have to put in your time for a fighting game.
Yeah, yeah. I got really into them when I was younger for the PS2. Tekken. You ever played Tekken?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I mess people up on Tekken.
Yeah.
Now I try to.
Because, like, you know, you're just button mashing, though, when you don't know what you're doing. But
Right.
when you play somebody who knows a combo,
Just
just
one.
you're done.
Yeah, yeah. That's how it was for Blaz Blue, a super anime fighting game. They have like tournaments for that shit too, like Evo tournaments.
Is that that's like a Japanese game, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think I had some friends on Xbox that would play that a lot.
Bro, I love that game. And to your point, the combos were weird. The characters are super flamboyant, super dramatic, and all this. And the moves were strange. Like,
you have to know how the game works.
absolutely. And you get wrecked easy too. Like I thought I was good because I learned all the combos for this chick. And I learned them really, really well, and I thought they were okay. And I faced one person online.
You're using them at the wrong time.
Fucked me up, dude.
Using the wrong combo in the wrong situation.
Bro, I don't know how they did it, but I got wrecked. It was sad.
Because you have to know, like, the animation of this character means he's about to do this.
Right.
Which means you should do one of these combos, so you have to be ready to press that combo. But he could also be actually really faking you out to do one of these, so you also have to be ready for that.
Oh,
It's like, I wanted to get into it. I wanted to get like the board and the stick. I was watching all the YouTube videos. I was looking at it. It was like they have like all the good stuff comes from Japan. They have like the Sanwan. It's like Sanwans. I don't know the names anymore.
Right.
But I used to know it because I was gonna do it.
Really?
And then I decided not to.
You're like nah, I don't know, man. I'm out. I'm gonna go act. Yeah. I'm gonna do improv, right? Yeah. A lot less stressful, I imagine. No?
Depends on what's going on.
I dig it. Well, shit, man. Well, how you feel? You like the show? You like doing the show?
Good. It's pretty good, man.
Yeah. We've been going for about 1:20.
Yeah.
What? Huh? An hour and 30 minutes.
According to my time log.
Oh, well, shit, yeah. Half an hour and a half. It's not bad. It's not too shabby.
Good.
You want to call it? You good?
I'm good.
Yeah? You had a good time?
Yeah, man. It's
Hell
great.
Yeah. I mean, to your point, we were talking about trying to put a structure to the show. But to your point, I like it a little more when it's free form. I think it makes for a more interesting show to just go for it. Talk about whatever. I mean, I did not foresee talking about competitive multiplayer and video gaming. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I could see how like you had a guest and you could say, hey, like, are there any specific topics you want to talk about? But if you're like when you say like you want to do like a structure, like a beginning, an intro, like you tell me what you're doing in life, and then tell me your goal, and then tell me your like
probably a little bit of everything. Because for me, intro with this show, being what it is, I think it would benefit to do like, okay, I'm Homero, or I'm whatever my name is, and then I introduce you, where we met, what you do, what I do, and then after that just go into yeah. I think to me that's a good way. That's what it's been lately. Yeah, but I still feel
I just like to talk. I mean, like my favorite things to talk about are video games, finance.
Finance?
Yeah.
How do you mean that? What do you mean? We haven't talked any finance.
I know we haven't.
Well, shit. After you, bro.
Just really depends. I mean, like, where can we start? It's like,
where do you start?
Like me and my brother always talk about it. It's like finance is something like everybody needs to know.
Yes.
But they don't really teach you anything in school
about finances,
right?
Like how to manage your finances.
Anything useful other than $1 saved is $1 earned.
I mean, what the hell does that help?
It's true, but it's not enough.
Okay, so tell me, man, what is some rudimentary fundamentals that everyone needs to know when it comes to finances for someone who may need some help? Yeah. Because I think a lot of people struggle, not so much with their finances, but just maybe managing them. You know what I mean?
Let's take the stock market for what just happened. Okay.
Over the past few months. Oh my God. It's surprisingly doing well, isn't it?
For right now, yeah.
Yeah, because like in March or whatever, it was declining.
It dropped to the low point at about right at the end of March, and then it started going back up.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of going down for a little bit, but it's gonna go up. It's gonna go up and down on a zigzag.
Sure, that's the nature of the stock market, right?
Right. But like, for one, people are scared to get investing. Like if you look at like Robinhood and all those apps like that are making it easier, it's great. But like if you look at their data, a lot of people just put the money in and they don't buy any stocks.
What do you mean by put the money?
So it'd be like so a Robinhood account is almost like opening up another bank account.
Okay.
But when you put the money in there, you still have to buy some stocks.
Okay.
And a lot of people would just go put the money in and they won't buy anything.
It just sits there.
Now it's doing nothing. Now it's worse than being in the bank.
Because you're not collecting
anything.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had to bought some stocks and they go up over a period of time, it'd be better than putting it in the bank. But if you just put it in there. Now, if you're doing that, you're trying to find a good spot, whatever, that's fine. But if you never buy anything, that's bad.
Okay.
But then, like, what you'll get is you'll put your money in there. You'll do all your research. You'll watch all your YouTube videos. You're like, all right, this is the stocks I'm gonna buy. and then you just buy them all right then and there. That's bad too.
It's bad to go all in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wanna spread it out over time. They call that dollar cost averaging in, especially if you're new. Now, if you've been in the game, you know what the hell you want. But if you're new, you dollar cost average in, so that you're not trying to time the market. You're getting a good average. So, like, say somebody had put in like $5,000 and in January, and they just bought all their stocks.
Okay.
They'd be fucked. Like, their $5,000 is.
It's gone now.
It's not gone, but it's a lot less than what it was. Where they just buy $250 a week, and then once the COVID hit, they're like, "Oh shit's hitting the fan. I'm not gonna buy anything." Now you're out. You're down on whatever that adds up to be. But
or you, to your point, you'd be able to be more flexible on what you go in on. So when COVID hit, you'd be like, I'm going to go in on some toilet paper, you know?
Exactly.
I understand what you're saying. You'd be able to be a little more flexible on what you're going in on.
Because that's what happens. Like, people put their money in, they listen to all the gurus and shit, and they're like, all right, I'm doing it. Press the button. And they buy everything all at once. And it's like, and if you're not putting more money in, then you kind of just bought at one spot, and now it has to go up from there. Whereas if you're putting money in over time, it can go down, and now you're good because you bought it when it was down.
I see.
And then it goes up.
Huh. My dad's into this whole thing, but I'm not too privy on any of that. But it interests me because I didn't know that you could, like this Robinhood account. I don't know what the fuck that is. Well, why put something in? Why put money there and not in your bank, and then not just buy from your bank to the stock?
Well, it depends on what bank account you have and stuff. And I don't have all that information on top of my head.
No,
but
I
like,
gotcha.
if you just have like a regular bank account, like, then you can't just buy stocks. But some can. Some you can, some you can't. It depends on your account.
Okay. And
then like, Robinhood has a nice app that you can use, and you can look at a lot of different information.
Okay, so it's specifically made.
That's what. Yeah, it's made for millennials to be easy.
Okay. Are millennials buying? Are they in the stock? Into stocks? Really? Millennials? What about Gen Z, man? Are they in the?
I don't know. I'm just saying younger people. I don't really know because I don't know. I blur the line with all the like who is Gen Z like.
Sure. Like 25-year-olds, 24-year-olds.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know.
They're getting more and more because of, I would say, like, the information is becoming more available because of, like, YouTube and stuff like that.
You mean on how to
do something
better?
Because it's way easier now. People, like, I know I would make fun of people, like, going on YouTube just to look at the cats videos earlier.
Sure.
But, like, more and more people I feel like are starting to stop watching so many cat videos. Meaning, and when I say cat videos, I just mean videos just for pleasure.
Just for entertainment.
Yeah, I feel like people are watching a little more educational everyday stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, because you can just go on there, how to make more money. Now, you're going to get a bunch of crap, but there's going to be some in there where you can do something. And then
do something with it. Sure. Nah, man, I'm with you.
Because you want to have multiple streams of income, you know?
Well, that's just being smart, man.
Exactly, but they don't tell you that.
No.
They say get a job, and that's it.
Yeah, man. Work for 30 years.
Yeah, save it. Put in your Roth IRA and your 401k. All that stuff.
Oy. Which is not going to be there, I imagine, by the time you end up being 60, from what I understand.
Well,
it seems that fluctuates as well, yeah?
Depends on, the 401k. I'm not.
Because didn't the 401k replace what was retirement plans back in the...
Like the pensions and all that good stuff.
Or in the early 90s?
With the 401k, what you're supposed to do, you can buy stocks with that.
With your 401k?
And your Roth IRA.
But isn't that more what's it called? Because now you're betting with the money that you're supposed to be saving.
But see, when you put in, like, each company you work for, each different company, they have a different plan for 401k.
Yes.
So it would be like, if you put in $1,000, we'll give you $1,000.
They match, right?
Right.
Well, some.
It just depends on who you work for.
Sure.
But like,
that makes more sense.
Actors and stuff, like, we don't.
You don't have a 401k because you don't have a business to then.
Yeah.
But doesn't the 401k like follow you around?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it?
I
Does it
don't know.
not?
I don't know for 100%, but I think there's a way. But it's like it depends on who you're working for, and then you can.
Mm.
This is outside of my scope because I don't deal with that. But
It's all
just more
outside of my scope, bro.
like how can I save more money and buy things that will help me make more money?
Okay.
That's what I'm into. Watching videos on that on YouTube.
When it comes to stocks.
Maybe we can just bring him back and he can like literally show you the steps.
Sounds good.
'Cause it sounds like it's gonna take a little bit of time to explain it.
Will you do that? Will you come back?
Yeah. I'll
And walk me through the stock? I want to learn stock.
Yeah.
I want to how to stock. Do they have that?
How to stock?
How to stock? Because I don't know anything about it. I had to take an economics class in high school, but to your point, nowhere near the amount of financial literacy that I think people should have.
Yeah, I mean, like people tell you debt is bad. It only depends on what you buy with the debt. If you go buy,
Well, sure. I mean, aren't a lot of businesses in debt for good reason?
yeah, because like debt allows you to buy something.
You mean loan?
Right. Yeah. When
To
you take
get
out
a
a loan,
loan,
when you take out a
you're
loan,
in
you're
debt.
technically in debt.
Sure.
But what are you buying?
Right. How do you use that money?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because if like I was watching Dave Ramsey for a long time, and he says all debt is bad, and
And that's not true.
it's not true.
Some debt is
He's
bad.
saying that because of who his audience is. He's trying to get people who buy whatever they can with their debt, with their credit card, basically.
Oh, okay. I
Because
see.
your credit card is basically debt. Because when you swipe
sure,
it, you're
yeah.
not using your money right then.
Right. You're using money that's borrowed,
Mm-hmm.
which means you're
And
in
if you're
debt.
yeah, which
And if you're spending that on camera equipment or microphone,
but you can use this to make more money.
which is the plan. A long con.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if you're buying, a bunch of candy,
Well, don't look in my pantry.
yeah, but like
I get
that's
you.
all you buy. Like,
I really like candy.
or like
man.
if like in high school it was
Sure.
Air Jordans.
Oh yeah, sure.
Everybody wanted to have Air Jordans, but it's
Absolutely.
like you buy them, you wear them, and then
They
now
depreciate
you're out
in value.
you're out $250. Whereas if you buy them and you don't wear them, you sell them.
5
Like,
years down the line or something like
It
that.
doesn't even have to be 5 years. It could be a few months
Really? Oh shit, that's true.
because they only put out a certain amount.
They're all limited now, aren't they? Or like they're a handful.
Well, they're pissing me off with the limited because they say they're like they'll put out like the infrared sixes, the
Uh-huh.
Air Jordan 6s. They're black when they have like a shade of infrared on them,
Oh wow.
and they'll put them out 1 year, be like, this is it, the infrared 6. They'll wait like 2-3 years. They'll put them out again. This is the 2019 version.
Mhm.
Then they'll wait 3 more years. This is the other version. This is the whatever version.
They just keep re-updating these,
Yeah.
this single
Yeah.
line of shoe.
But they only put out a limited amount when they do come out.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go in and get them.
Yeah. But then aren't there like conventions where people spend
And they
thousands of dollars on shoes?
Yeah, but then most of those people, they're buying and selling.
Mhm.
They're making money.
So their shoes are stocks,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I get it now.
Mm-hmm. In a way, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
It's an asset, not a liability.
Right. And that's what you
You
invest
gotta
in.
buy assets and less liabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're
Things
Jeff Bezos, you do what the fuck you want.
Oh my God, this guy. That guy has been in the right place at the right time for the past 30 years. What the fuck, man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be a competitor?
To Amazon?
Yes. Like ever?
It
I think
depends
so.
on. It's gonna come from China.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna come from China, definitely.
You think so?
100%. Because they already have like what is it, Alibaba and
Huawei for phones,
Huawei is
but they're not legal here. Huawei for like those phones,
right.
you can't buy them here legally.
Not anymore. There was a point.
I didn't know that. I
And
thought
they
were
had
always legal.
they had a dope laptop that if you look at it, you swear it's a Mac.
Really?
Yeah, one of my friends has one.
That they were saying about the phones, dude. Apparently, they could sell like this is a really super budget phone. I sold my Apple phone just to see what's going to come out this year for Microsoft. And I was like, in the meantime, I'll just get like this $200 phone.
Mm-hmm.
They sell like a $300, $400 phone like this,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got like a megapixel count that rivals these fucking cameras,
Right, yeah.
dude.
Well, they're over
nuts.
there where they're making all the shit. Like,
Well, sure, but they're also. I think there's the fear that they're spying on their consumers
because their government
authoritarian.
is like, whatever we say, you have to do. No questions asked.
Alexa's spying on us right now. Anyway.
Well, sure,
I
but
don't know.
you don't have Amazon in the pocket of the U.S. government yet,
Yeah.
right?
That we know of.
That we know of. They
But
gotta have
there's the whole Ring situation though.
the
With
ring.
they own Ring.
What's ring?
The doorbell,
The doorbell?
the camera on the doorbell.
You know,
You know what I'm talking about?
where you have a camera on your door.
Like the one that they're
Yeah, like
at
at
the
your
bill.
work.
I didn't know that was the name of the company. I didn't.
Mhm.
Who owns that?
Amazon, they bought them.
Amazon bought Ring, which is a camera on your doorbell.
Mm-hmm. They have other cameras now too for
Yeah.
like the Nest Cam, but it's Ring, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
But I believe, they bought them, and there was like this thing where if the police in your local neighborhood
Mhm.
area they
Mhm.
want the information, Amazon just give it to them.
That's fucked, dude. What the hell?
It's
I don't consent to
they're
that.
saying like, oh, we do it to catch the bad guy.
For the protection of
Yeah,
the consumer.
like something happened.
Sure. Yeah. That's a scary little.
See, because I like all the cameras
Mhm.
out in a way,
How
but
do
I
you-
don't like anybody that wants the data for the camera just say, I want the data.
Well, isn't that like a big problem now? Is that cameras, fax machines, computers, webcams are unbelievably vulnerable?
Well, that's different than what I'm talking about. But
Is
yeah,
it?
because I'm saying like what I'm talking about is like, so something happens in your neighborhood and you have the camera, and Amazon's like, well, we own that camera, we'll just give it to the police.
You wouldn't have any rights to tell Amazon you can't give that to the police. Amazon already owns it, even though it's your camera on your front door.
Okay.
And they weren't doing it everywhere, but they were doing it in some places.
Like some states or something. Damn. How do you feel about that, man?
I don't like that.
But you like the cameras being out.
I would like, I like
Well, I mean, that makes sense. You're able to survey and to see. But then to have the cops go through, I don't know. That's fucked up.
But see, but that's an investment for Amazon. They bought those cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably use debt so they don't have to pay taxes because they can say that they don't make any money is what they say.
Oh, is that how it works?
Mm-hmm.
So they can hide paying, or they can go around paying taxes by using their debt to say that they didn't make any money.
Yeah, because if you don't make any money, you can't pay taxes.
Well, how come poor people have to pay taxes, man? They don't make money. I guess they make enough.
Yeah, there's like a certain amount. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
And then they just bought a self-driving car.
I saw
Company.
that. Yeah, Elon Musk tweeted about that. Zeus or something?
Zoox. Yeah.
Zeus.
It looks pretty legit.
I
I had
haven't seen
been
it.
following them,
Yeah.
and then
Are you for self-driving cars?
yes.
Yeah. I kind of wish they would hurry up because talk about an investment. I would love to be able to invest my time into doing something more
That's what
productive.
Gary Vee does. He has a driver so he can work on his phone,
Fuck yeah, dude.
do business deals.
The only problem is if you're in the Amazon self-driving car and say like a warrant comes out for your arrest, Amazon could like drive you right to the police station without even needing your permission. Or
Yep.
anything.
Gotta have a zombie mode
A zombie mode.
where you can do whatever you want.
Oh, like a
I think that's
incognito?
what Elon calls it in his car. It's like a bio something mode or something. Cause like say the zombies do come out, right?
Like legit zombies.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna need to run them over, some of them. But if the self-driving car won't let you run them over,
Okay. Because they're
because they're people.
Right. Well, they were.
But now they're trying.
They call that zombie mode?
I don't know what. I think Elon, he has a different mode. It's like bio defense mode, where it like if there's like a actual bio threat, you can turn it on, and it like filters the air, so you can just sit in the car.
Really?
But I think there was like talks about like zombie mode for like when all the cars are self-driving and it's like illegal to drive.
You think that's gonna happen?
Yeah, almost in a way.
That's got to be like 30 years.
That's way down the line.
Yeah.
But maybe in our lifetime, maybe.
Oh, definitely.
But what I think's gonna happen is, so Elon's gonna turn on the self-driving. Somebody's gonna get in a crash.
Okay.
Regardless, like it's inevitable.
Sure.
And someone's gonna die in America. They're gonna turn it off in America.
Turn off self-driving cars. Okay.
But in places like China, they're not gonna give a fuck. So that's where all the real like progress is gonna be made.
In the places where it's not dialed back.
Yeah, because I feel like as soon as somebody dies when he actually turns it on, they're gonna go ape shit on the news.
You mean the American public?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Because I mean, they've already done that when people have said they had on whatever they call this mode right now.
Right.
So.
I mean, but that didn't happen with Boeing and their airplane.
Yeah.
Their Max, like 3 of them went down in 2 months. Killed hundreds of people.
They stopped using them in America.
Yeah, but it took 3 fucking planes for them to ground them, man. I mean, and that was on their own. And they were
testing them somewhere else, weren't they?
All over the world.
Here. I mean, like they were.
Well, there were American flights, I thought. I mean, I could be wrong.
They were, it was way more outside of the U.S.
Yes.
Than there were in the U.S. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, for sure. Well, that makes sense because there's more regulation here.
Right, and I feel like with the airplane, it's different because it was just like they added like a feature and they didn't really communicate what was going on with the feature with all the people flying it. Whereas like driverless cars, people like are like so far apart on both sides, and like once something really happens, they're gonna go ape shit.
Well, I mean, to your point, the only way in my mind driverless cars will work is if they're all driverless, all of them.
But see, that's not the point though.
No.
And the point, cause like why would you say that? Like,
in my mind, in order to minimize any kind of fatality rate, it's going to be better put if all of them were self-driving, because then they can all be working in the same kind of systems.
Right.
Working. So it's right now with Tesla, I don't know, but it seems like every time Elon Musk talks about it is that he's making basically a fucking computer car, but they're all isolated. The only way that they talk to each other is for updates, and that's from their central hubs all over the world. But this Tesla car doesn't talk to this Tesla car. Now, what if all the Tesla cars talk to each other, or all the self-driving cars talk to each other? I mean
right, that would be great.
Well, yeah, I mean, where would the fatalities come from if you could see from a million different angles?
Right, but
that's why I say that.
No matter what you do, there's always going to be something that happens that breaks something and makes a crash and someone dies. So
sure,
I think
someone just walks into the road.
Right. The goal is to make the self-driving car safer than a human. And once they can do that, they've won. So say like it's I don't know what the actual numbers are, but say it's like 1,000 deaths per year from human drivers.
Sure.
If they get to 999 with the self-driving, they've won.
You think so?
They've already won, and then you just keep making them better.
So you say once they make it so it's below the human threshold of error, that's it. That'd be great.
Nobody could argue against it.
Sure.
And then the insurance companies will force you to have a self-driving car.
You think so, dude?
Yeah. Hold on, let me.
Well, would you need insurance?
Insurance companies gonna always make you need insurance.
But why? If there's no fatality, or if
whoever owns the car is gonna have to have insurance because they're gonna lobby for it.
But what if instead of having to buy a car, you just subscribe to
exactly? Yeah, you could do that.
Right?
Yeah.
I want that to happen, dude. I'd love that. Pay like $200 a month, $250, and just that's your car payment, but it's a subscription. So every year, whenever you trade in your car, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'd be all about that shit. Talking about investment, right?
Yeah. Everything you do is an investment, though. This sitting here, me talking to you, I'm investing my time into this podcast.
As am I. And I appreciate your time, dude. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. I think it's been a great convo.
Yeah.
Talked about so much.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back.
I definitely will.
Yeah, man. Tell your friends. You don't mind if I share this on Facebook and all that?
Do whatever you want.
Because the idea is to cut it up where we'll do like 26 seconds of a part of the show, and then I'll post it up. And then share.
That's like the appetizer for the real show. That's how I watch Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I look at all his little clips. If I see a headline I like, I'll watch it. If I really like it, I'll watch the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're saying for you like seeing Joe Rogan talks about the riots or something, and then you see that 5-minute clip and you're like, well, fuck, I like that. I'll watch the whole thing.
Yeah. That's actually pretty much what just happened like a week ago.
Yeah.
It was like Brett Weinstein or Eric Weinstein, whoever it was. Yeah.
I like that guy. Is he like a sociologist or some shit?
He used to be like a professor at Evergreen University.
Yeah.
Something.
Him and his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good episode.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Yeah. I was surprised that he was talking about things so courageously, because he was like, oh, I'm sorry, are we over?
You cut the show like 3 times and you just keep going.
Maybe that's the
You're like,
that's the
"Thanks for
niche.
coming," and he says thank you, and then you just go again.
Maybe that's the niche of the show. I keep on saying goodbye, thank you for watching, and then we just keep talking.
Goodbye, we're still talking.
I like that. All right. Okay, we'll cut. We'll have another show. We'll do a part 2.
Part 2.
That's
All
right. Thanks for coming, man.
Thanks for having me.
And to you guys watching at home, thank you so much. We appreciate you stopping by on July the 4th. I should have fucking started with that. This will be showing next Saturday, so.
All right.
Hope you're having a great July the 4th weekend, staying safe, wearing your masks, cooking at home with your family and friends, and being socially distant. And we'll catch you next time. Thank you so much, Andre. You want to plug anything?
Not yet.
All right, cool. Stay tuned. Part 2. All right, peace out, guys.